Okay, okay. So here we are, episode 6, and this episode has some great moments, completely unexpected, and really, I get moments that set this anime apart. So let's just go straight to them. Yeah, the world the girl saw. Yeah, from when Armin wakes up and he's traumatized by what he's just witnessed. And then Connie finds him. Nobody saw what happened. They just realized that something really bad must have happened. And then it all comes back to him in an instant. And he starts to scream again. And he can't believe that he's survived and Eren is dead. And then coming up to this scene where he's going back to the rear squad, thinking about how Eren and Mikasa were always trying to be strong for him and protecting him and giving him a helping hand as a weak one. How he couldn't stand that. He couldn't stand up on his own feet and that he needed to be protected by them. And that he doesn't see himself as their equal. And then, when his harpoon doesn't take, and this scene, Hannah and Franz, the two lovebirds from earlier on, and Franz is down, Franz is down, Hannah's trying to resuscitate him, and Armin is warning, what are you doing? Because clearly he's not just not breathing, but he's dead. And he's telling her, get on the roof, it's too dangerous here. And then it cuts to this shot coming up where they show that Franz is like missing half his body and he is dead. And Armin is like, this is just hell. This is a great, great scene. I'm assuming that Hannah died because she wasn't leaving him, and I don't think I saw her again in any of the subsequent episodes. Yeah. Next scene. There's a good little scene here where Mikasa, kills a Titan. The first time we see someone actually take down a Titan. And then this merchant that wouldn't move his wagons and let people evacuate because he wanted his goods to go through. And Mikasa knocks out his henchmen, and then we're thinking that she's just going to execute him. But then she holds her blow back. She pulls it back. And he decides to move the wagon. And then this mom and her little girl thank Mikasa. And then Mikasa does a salute, and it inspires the little girl and makes her wonder, I wonder if we're going to see her again. Maybe she's going to be inspired to join the military as a result of that. Okay, and now the big scene when Mikasa has a flashback about her youth, remembering when she was with her own family. And this is when I finally realized that she's not really Eren's sister, but that she was part of another family. And we're finally just introduced to them now. And then this part was really funny. There's not too sure about how you get children. So some great comic relief here. And then, of course, we know that that wasn't actually Dr. Yeager and Eren knocking on the door. So I'm just going to fast forward here to the next part of the scene when they find Mikasa's parents have been murdered and Mikasa is gone. And Eren's dad is telling him to go to the base of the mountain and wait down there. Eren is there thinking. Zoom over to the kidnappers, and we discover that they're not just kidnapping her, but they intend to sell her because she's one of the last Asian people remaining. And so they're going to sell her to, they're going to traffic her, basically. It's a very shocking scene. Then, of course, it shows what happened when they stabbed her dad, and then the mother decided to fight them off, all the while screaming for Mikasa to run away. And I mean, she puts up a brave fight with the scissors against this guy with an axe, telling Mikasa to run, but Mikasa is she's just a little kid. She's shocked, and so mom gets killed. And then they take Mikasa and they actually punch her. I mean, it's so savage. So savage. Then Mikasa is captive. She's cold. And then who shows up at the door? But Eren, saying he's lost in the forest. And I'm thinking, oh, he got lost going to the base of the mountain? But no. Eren is actually trying to rescue Mikasa. And this was completely shocking. I mean, I realized right away what happened. And then it gets even more savage. Eren finishes him off. And it's like so creepy, the door closes. And then he has his broom, the knife, and he's really planned this out. And this is where Eren's rage really goes into full effect. And you see that he's completely, he's rage-driven. Then, of course, he calms down, cuts Mikasa free. And this is a great scene where he's breathing heavily. I mean, if you've ever been in a fight, and yeah, you know what it's like when the adrenaline kicks in, and then when it's all over and you're still on that, and you just have to calm down. Yeah. And now, of course, he's letting her free, and she tells him that there's a third attacker. And then in this scene, where Eren is being choked, and he tells her to fight, that if we don't fight, we can't win. If we lose, we die, but if we win, we'll live. And then her flashbacks kick in, and she realizes that that her cord is actually cruel, and that the strong prey on the weak, and that it's always been like this, but she's just ignored it. And then this scene comes up where it's like this realization happens, and then it shows these electrical signals, I guess, representing like her brain reprogramming itself. And then this scene, which I don't like, where she squeezes the knife handle so hard and the floorboards break. Yeah, it's just over-exaggerated, you know, and makes people think, oh, does Mikasa have special powers? And yeah, I think that's one of the things that I think that they went a little overboard on that. Then here we go, where Eren's dad is lecturing him about risking his life And Eren says something very insightful about how they were animals that just happened to resemble humans, which of course, that's what the Titans are, right? That's the way the Titans are, can be seen. And then, from then, he tells Mikasa to come and live with them, because Mikasa is saying that she has no home to go home to, and she's cold and she no longer has a home. And then this is amazing. Takes off this scarf, this red scarf that Mikasa is always wearing, and he realized that he gave her that scarf. She just, like a kid, he just knocked it over her head. And this emotional moment where she feels the warmth and she's comforted. And then Dr. Yeager invites her to come and live with them. And she's hesitant, of course, you know. And she looks at Eren, and he's like, why are you waiting? Come, let's go back. Not to my home, but to our home. And she's just so touched and starts crying. This is such a beautiful moment. And then, of course, it's like this entire episode is just, I mean, how long have I been talking? Just going from one scene to another. I mean, this is a masterpiece. This episode is an incredible piece of storytelling. And then she's told to climb to pull back, but no, she wants to go to help Eren because she has somewhere to go home to. But as long as she has Eren, she could do anything. And of course, we know that at this point, Eren's dead. And it's just, man, it just hits hard. Great episode. This entire episode is just great from beginning to end.